Here are the first 5 terms of a sequence. So we've got -1, 0, 3, 8, and 15. We want to find the expression in terms of n for the nth term of this sequence. So my first step is to work out the difference between these numbers. So we go along here, the difference between these numbers is 1, between these is 3, between these is 5, and between these is 7. Now we can see we haven't got a consistent difference here, they're not all the same number. So we need to go again and find the difference between these new numbers. So here we've got 2, and here again we've got 2, and here again we've got 2. So because we had to go down 2 layers here, it means that we know we've got a quadratic sequence, so essentially it includes an n squared in the nth term. Great, so what I've done now is I've expanded our table a little bit. So we've still got our sequence here. I've also added in a row for n. So the first term, n is 1, is this term. When n's 2, we've got this term. N's 3, we've got this term. N's 4, this term. N's 5 is this term. And because we know it's going to be quadratic, I've also added in n squared. So 1 is going to be that. 4, 9, 16, 25. Now what I'm going to do is n squared minus sequence. So if we look here, we've got n squared being 1, and the sequence being -1. So I'm going to do 1 minus -1, giving me 2. For the next one, we're going to have 4 minus 0, giving 4, 9 minus 3, giving 6, 16 minus 8, giving 8, 25 minus 15, giving 10. Now we want to find the difference between these numbers. So if I go along, we've got 2, 2, 2, 2. Therefore, what we've worked out so far is we know we've got n squared somewhere, and because the difference here, we've got 2 as a consistent difference, we also know we've got a 2n in there. Now we need to work out our final nth term. So I'm going to take when n is 1 for an example. When n's 1, we want a sequence being -1. So we're going to have n squared, 1 times 1 is 1. We want to get to -1, so we're going to have to take away 2n. And this is our final nth term. Now to make sure this is right, you can try this with all the other numbers in the sequence. So try subbing in n is 1, n is 2, n is 3, 4, and 5, and make sure you get the full sequence. So we get our first mark for this bit here. So essentially working out that the difference when you go down 2 layers is 2. So implying that we've got a quadratic sequence. And then from that, deducing that we've got an nth term of n squared minus 2m.